Today we're covering a game that is starting to gain coverage for young investors on Reddit and TikTok. Some are even calling it the next Bitcoin. Earth2.io is described as a futuristic concept for a second Earth, a metaverse between virtual and physical reality, in which real-world geolocations on a section map correspond to user-generated environments. Okay, so what does all that mean? Basically, Earth2 took the world in satellite view and laid a grid over it so each tile can currently be bought or sold, with the developers saying there's more game developments coming in the near future. This concept of selling tiles is actually not new, and if you were on the internet back in the early 2000s, you might remember the $1 Million homepage. In 2005, a college student named Alex2 created a website with a 1000 by 1000 grid and sold each pixel for $1 each. Within 4 months, he made $1 million, and the people who bought them treated it like a marketing stunt or advertising, since the site got a lot of press. With Earth2, the game creators say it is in Phase 1, meaning you can buy land, with each tile being priced differently around the world. Starting to look around the map, you'll notice that many major cities have already been bought out. While some are saying it could be a scam, we did a lot of research to figure out who's behind it and how players are currently investing in this game to figure out what it could become. Buying land is very easy. You can register for an account and deposit funds with PayPal. Currently, the game has what they call e-dollars, and one e-dollar is equivalent to $1 US. The game will most likely create their own cryptocurrency, which is stated in their terms of service, and they can do this at any time. This would make sense, allowing users to own a cryptocurrency that could, in theory, be traded in and outside the Earth2 game. Browsing around under Buy Land, the first place most people will look is their home country and neighborhood. Many players are speculating and buying expensive cities in the US, Europe, and islands. The most expensive country has been the USA, with tiles costing nearly $45 each. Meanwhile, some of the cheaper countries can go for as little as 10 cents or 30 cents per tile. We don't know how the pricing of the tiles work, and while the devs are saying it's an algorithm, the prices can be controlled by the developers and manipulated by the players. And while Earth2 appears to be just selling tiles right now, the creators have a much larger plan for the game. The satellite view of the current Earth allows users to pick locations based on what they know today and the conceived value of those locations. This is actually working, causing users to concentrate on buying near each other in order to create what many are calling megacities. The land is also classified between classes 1 through 4, with class 1 being the initial land that players bought when the country first became available. Over time, they are saying class 1 land will be the most useful, and it currently pays small dividends called land income tax. However, there's still a lot of questions to be answered. For example, some countries are not available yet due to geopolitical reasons, like Dubai, while religious locations like churches and mosques have also been blocked. We don't know if these monuments will still exist in the future, and what the developers will do with the land. In Phase 2, land will start to generate resources that will be vital for building and economic purposes. They will also introduce essence, which will be the basis for everything. It reflects the place you own, what's in the ground, and, in later updates, will be able to reproduce it. The developers have said in updates that every tile in Earth2 will be usable. Every tile will produce something. However, it is possible that its special usefulness will only be revealed in a later tier. Many users have been speculating by purchasing virtual land on top of oil, gold mines, diamonds, forests, and more. And the developers have said that if you're sitting on a literal gold mine, then yes, that surely will come in handy soon. But they also said that resources will be randomized, and some people may be sitting on a metaphorical gold mine without even realizing it for years. However, basic raw materials will be produced by every bit of land anyway. In Phase 3, the developers say they will introduce the 3D terrain, which will also take the game outside of just a browser and onto gaming consoles like Xbox and PlayStation. The game will be built on top of the Unity engine, which will allow players to easily and quickly build structures. We think that players may be given only a few certain assets in the beginning, so that they'll have to work on their land to attain better assets in the future. While this sounds like a pipe dream, you'd be surprised at how quickly games built on the Unity platform can scale. 2 of the developers on the Earth2 team look to have previous experience building games, such as this one called Drone, so you can maybe expect the building editor to look something like this. For scale, you can look at games like Minecraft or Civilization games, such as Civ 6 or Anno in the way of resources. The community will be the key in the success of Earth 2, along with a consistent release of new features from the developers. Already, there are guilds and clans forming around Earth 2, and megacities being planned. But it is possible for the developers to struggle with releases, and players could lose interest before it reaches critical mass. There's also risks that the virtual economy in the game could be used for money laundering and pump and dumps. However, the developers have stated that they are being very careful to monitor this, and PayPal does monitor for this as well. For taking money out of the game, you first need to sell your land in the marketplace. Currently, the size of the market seems too small and many people have their tiles priced at a premium. To withdraw funds, Earth 2 uses TransferWise, which is a separate service that uses bank transfer. You'll also need to give them all of your personal information in order for them to process the payment. Currently, it seems like it's fast and easy to deposit funds and slower and more complicated to withdraw money, which can make you wonder, is Earth 2 a scam? Well, it very well could be, but we wouldn't know for sure. Right now, it looks like a real game that the developers are passionate about building with a growing community. We think Earth 2 is a very exciting concept, especially after the pandemic. We realize how much can be done virtually. Earth 2 is not constrained by things in real life, so you can expect players will do all sorts of interesting things. Keep in mind that Earth 2 is a game and not an investment, and while some players might end up becoming the next E2 millionaires, the game will most likely be designed to spend your credits. Just like a casino, you're in their house and you play by their rules. This isn't like a cryptocurrency that is decentralized. You should only gamble money that you expect to lose. Play the game and have some fun in the process. So, what are your thoughts on Earth 2? Let us know in the comments below, and if you're going to try the game, check out the link in the description for more details.